Hello everyone! Today I'm making a guide on one of my Armored Core builds named the Fat Man in order of Fallout's titular nuclear missile launcher. This Armored Core is built entirely around being as tanky as possible while also dishing out as much explosive damage as possible. It's alright at dealing with groups, as you can see, and it's even better at dealing with single target threats. It's exclusively focused around explosive damage and the highest amount of armor points and damage reduction that you can fit into any single build. It's a tank build, as you can see, so it can fire on the move. It's not concerned about stopping to avoid damage at all. You're going to be taking a lot of shots, but you're going to be giving them out even harder. In terms of weakness, this build struggles with maneuverability. It doesn't have the best flight capacity, so you're going to have to pick a good generator for this type of setup, one that has a good supply of energy that you can stay afloat for as long as possible, especially for PvP, where most opponents are going to try and stay as far away from you as they can so that they can avoid your missiles. What this build does excel at, however, is dealing with slower targets that aren't going to be able to avoid your missiles, and it deals an insane amount of stability damage. In fact, you'll stagger most opponents in one, maybe two shots, and then you can follow up with your other two grenade launchers to deal massive damage. All the while without having to worry about being in melee range of the target. You can do this damage anywhere from short to medium range. Long distance firing is going to be a little sketchier. Most enemies are going to be able to just walk out of the way, but if you can stay within medium range of your opponent, you're going to deal insane damage. In this video, I'm putting the Fat Man up against the Sea Spider, and as you can see in the video, I'm dealing a relatively good amount of damage while also taking a lot of hits, but I'm not that concerned about being hit. This build has a lot of health, has a lot of damage reduction. It's not concerning to be hit when you're playing as this much of a tanky character, or mech, armor core. So just taking hits, it's not concerning. If your stability is broken, that's also not concerning. It's most likely going to take all of your repair kits just to bring you back from low health all the way to full. That's how much health this character has. All you have to do is just focus fire on your enemy. Anytime you see a chance to hit them. Make sure that the hardest hitting of your cannons is off of its reload cycle when you stagger an enemy. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. Want to make sure that you stagger them at the right time so that you can punish with as much damage as you can. When fighting larger opponents that aren't going to be dodging, you're going to be dealing your most much. You're going to be struggling more as well because those enemies are also capable of dishing back the damage, but you still won't find much difficulty in dealing with them. In terms of specifics, I'm using the Gochin grenade launchers for my arms. For the back units, I'm using the earshots. Before that, I was using the songbirds because you get them earlier, but the earshots are a little bit stronger. For my headpiece, I'm using the Basho headpiece. It's got the highest AP and defensive performance. That's going to be the trend for all of these. I'm using the main dish for the chest. Same reasons. Before that, I was using the Tian Kang. A little bit higher AP, lower defensive performance. I find that the defensive performance is a bit better. For the arms, I'm using the Tian Lao. You can also use the Tian Kang for a little bit of lighter build, but Tian Lao, toughest there is. Using the Bornemisza legs, because it's just the toughest tank treads you can get. You don't need to choose a booster. Using the FCS with the highest medium range assist, because that's the one where you need the most assist. And for generator, I'm using the VP20D. You can also use the Sentai. Personally, I use the 20D because it has a higher supply efficiency, which means that you actually can fly for a little bit longer. Sure, it recharges a little bit slower, but the added flight adds a bit of extra mobility, especially for PvP, which is what we're going to see next. PvP is, I think, the place where you can see both the best and the worst parts of this build. So, Special thanks to this guy for being a bit of a test subject for me. Let's watch the fight, and then in between the fights, I'll give a little summary of why I lost or why I won the fight and what to take out of it. As you can see, I lost the first round of the match. I stayed on the ground for most of it, and he was able to stay beyond my effective reach, so many of my shots missed, and I wasn't able to take him down. As you can see, this time I made an effort to fly up to him as much as I could, so I could stay very close to him. Anytime that I saw him pushing his back up against a wall or the ground, I took my shots, dealt consistent damage to him, staggered him, punished, and that was the end of it. That was the last round. Went much like the second one. As you saw, this build lacks mobility, but it's overall very strong. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be making guides on all of my Armored Core builds, so if you have any builds that you'd like to see, let me know. I'm going to be making a few more of these. I'm not sure how many. I might come up with more builds as we go through this little series. If you have any advice, put it down in the comments. If you have any requests, put them down in the comments as well. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and if you want to see more of me, I'm on Twitch. All of my links are in the description, so check those out too. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.